Well, hi, my name is Dr. Christopher Cannon. I'm a professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School and a practicing cardiologist at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. I'm also executive director of cardiometabolic trials at the Harvard Clinical Research Institute. And I co-chair CardioCare Live, which is a virtual congress program. And I'm excited to participate virtually from Boston in this Digital Pharma East discussion panel with Christina from the Heart Rhythm Society and Michael from Pfizer. You know, I've been involved with CardioCare Live since 2010 and co-chair the program with Dr. Roger Blumenthal from Johns Hopkins and Dr. Clyde Yancey from Northwestern's Feinberg School of Medicine. And I recently co-chaired an atrial fibrillation virtual summit program that was conducted in CardioCare Live in September of 2012, and we'll be hearing a little bit more about that today. And so in my short talk, I wanted to introduce you to the CardioCare Virtual Congress platform and show you how it works and offer some of my perspectives as both a researcher and academician and a practicing cardiologist. So CardioCare Live was first launched in 2009, and it has now spun into 12 different similar congresses across different therapeutic educational areas. And so what CardioCare Live offers, and this is our illustration for this platform, is that it offers clinicians and industry a credible environment that's similar to a live congress, such as, for me, the American College of Cardiology and the American Heart Association. But it's presented entirely online, and as such offers really a unique interactive format that provides live video presentations. And then these are soon thereafter available on demand. And there are top cardiovascular disease opinion leaders and lecturers from around the world who are all together in a single online event. And as such, it really does mimic a live program. And so this platform offers this live event, and also the other part of a live thing is an exhibit hall. And so it has a virtual exhibit hall and resource centers that practicing clinicians can visit. And so between the two, you get accredited CME activities as well as non-accredited industry-sponsored activities. So CardioCare Live is therapeutically focused, and we run virtual congresses and events across a wide variety of topics that are important in cardiovascular disease. And this has included lipids management, atrial fibrillation, as we'll get into in this particular program, also acute coronary syndromes, heart failures, obesity, and many more. Now, the size of these events typically ranges from 1,500 to 2,500, primarily US-based clinicians. And the majority tend to be specialists, and certainly for CardioCare Live in cardiology, but also internists who are interested in cardiology in particular. So what is it from the clinician's perspective? Well, I think CardioCare Live provides physicians access really to the latest science that's presented by some of the most respected thought leaders that can talk about their specialty areas. And in CardioCare Live, they actually engage in live questions with the faculty by interacting through both polling questions and live case presentations. And so they will be able to type in questions that then can be asked directly to the presenter during the talk. And so they really gain information and perspectives that they can use. They have a question on their mind, they ask the speaker, what about this or what about that? And so this really becomes a back and forth. And of course, on demand, later you can watch other people's questions and then always go back to it and look at the reference material that's presented. And of course, this can happen from home or office, and the viewers don't have to travel to a location for such a congress. And so this model offers industry an opportunity to engage in a live event that's like an association meeting, although done, again, online. So, in short, physicians have a real need to be educated about the new medicines and products and devices, assays and new tests that come out. But over the past few years, there have been all kinds of new restrictions. And in Massachusetts, we had a bunch, but really across the country, these restrictions have put up barriers that have hampered industry's promotional practices. Now, many would say this is in part good, but these barriers have had some unintended and I think unfavorable consequences on clinicians' access to manufacturers' product information and data, which ultimately I think will negatively impact patient care. So within CardioCare Live and the virtual platforms, it's one way to engage with the clinicians where you have this opt-in and educationally focused way. Well, Pfizer's TICASIN program is a nice example of this. This ran at the CardioCare Live Atrial Fibrillation Educational Summit in September of 2012 and has been on demand and available through the spring of 2013. So here you have an approved product that can be effective for patients with a relatively common cardiac arrhythmia, but it requires precise dosing and careful administration and monitoring by specifically trained subset cardiologists. Now, Michael and Christina will tell you a little bit more and provide you with specific metrics about this. But CardioCare Live really provided a, again, compliant with the rules and cost-effective way to engage significant numbers of clinicians in a meaningful way. Now, one key aspect of this is that of a half-hour program, the clinicians actually watched it for 25 minutes on average. And this compared with the 2 minutes is the typical average time that a hospital representative would have with the doctor on a detail call. You can see the difference in the amount of information that would be transmitted in 25 minutes, where you have a doctor giving a presentation versus 2 minutes with a representative. And so it's really like an in-service on, in this case, a medication, but could be on a new test or new device. And so you get real education on the product. So I look forward to our panel discussion following Michael and Christina's presentation, and want to thank you for letting me join virtually in this presentation.